guys, welcome back to Metal Brunch Volume 4. So today we have Pune-based metal band Dirge with us. So guys, you formed in 2014, right? So can you tell me how did you guys start? Like how did the band come together initially?
Varun, so me and Varun basically had some mutual friends, and we were into the same kind of music, the slow, grimy, atmospheric, miserable music we really liked. So we were like searching for members for a few months. I think we found Harshad through Facebook. Like he was the only guy to reply on our post that I want to play with you guys. So yeah, he was the only choice, but yeah, we are glad he's here. And yeah, that's how we formed. Slowly we found Tavish, who used to play in a thrash metal band called Anarchy. And yeah, it's been a constant lineup since then, and we've been working on our original music. We released an album last month, and yeah, we are working on new music now.
So you released Pooch last month, as you said.
Yeah, you can pronounce.
Okay. Apologies. Apok. Okay, I'm sorry. So you guys released that last month. So can you tell me how did you guys came up with that concept, that album and everything?
So the concept behind the album was derived as an interpretation of the music that was coming out when we were jamming. We didn't really jam with like an intention of a concept behind us, but we just played whatever music was coming naturally, and then we interpreted the music. Or rather, our escape at that point of time was playing the music and then trying to interpret what it's sounding like. So we chose reincarnation of ancient gods in an alternate timeline as a theme, because that's what the music was sort of sounding like to us. And so we researched cultures that basically had like a fictional gap. Like that's the only way I can put it. So the Aztec civilization was basically conquered by the Spanish, and Mayan civilization was something that was there 2000 years prior to that. So the story basically revolves around the reincarnation of this ancient Mayan god called Apuk in the body of a real Aztec king called Montezuma II during the time of the Spanish conquisition.
You guys have been active since 2014, and over the past 4 years you've performed in places like Bangalore, Mumbai and now in Pune. So how do you find the metal scene here in India? Like from 2014, do you think it has evolved and is it getting better?
Yeah, so basically since 2014 till now we have played in a lot of cities. We have played Bangalore, we have played Delhi, Aurangabad, yeah, of all places. But yeah, everywhere, Hyderabad also. But yeah, the metal scene is definitely evolving. There are new bands coming up. There is more access to new gear. There is more access to newer tones. There is so much stuff happening. There are a lot of new bands. So I think it is evolving a lot. But at the same time, there are also the crowd which is decreasing. But I think if we hold on to it, it is going to work out for sure.
Yeah, I feel like that.
Yeah.
Always people will keep doing what they do, you know, like we don't care about, we have played in front of 2 people. Like in Bangalore we played in front of 150, so it doesn't really matter to us. We just kept going and kept doing what we love, and I think there will always be bands who are striving for that.
And
so
we play more to be able to play in the jam room, at least I do. So
just a release.
Yeah, it's more about the music rather than the scene as such.
No.
So what are your plans for performing globally? Do you have, are we expecting you guys to perform at an international stage soon?
Yeah, we would love to actually, because even for our first album, Apok, we got a very good response from the doom scene over there in the States and Europe and everything. And what really matters is we are just going to stick to it. And now, since we are working on new songs, and we just want to make sure we keep putting out releases and keep approaching.
We are going to make like a serious effort towards
Yeah, internationally, yeah. But for that, you need to have a good base and like a good number of releasing funds, mainly, and a lot of music to like play to. And but yeah, definitely, yeah. So
So, guys, on behalf of Blood Eagle Events, I welcome you and thank you so much.
All right. This one is called The Corpse of Godless.
By the light of the rain, the summer's rain, just a train from inside.
Rohit for putting this up. I'd like to thank my brothers from Godless who have been touring with us for the past 3 cities. Thank you so much, Pune. You have been wonderful.
Welcome back to Metal Brunch Volume 4. So today we have Hyderabad thrash metalers Godless, who recently represented India at Wacken Open Air. Now they're currently touring India for their latest EP release, Swarm. So on behalf of Blood Eagle Events, I welcome you all to Pune, and we are thrilled to have you at Metal Brunch. So this is the 6th city as part of the tour, right? Yeah, so how's that been going? How's the tour going?
So far so good. So we did Imphal first, then we did I think it was Delhi, Hyderabad and Bangalore, and then we did Bombay like the day before yesterday, and now today's Pune. So actually all the gigs went pretty well, man. I mean we had some really good sound, great crowd turnouts, good merch sales. So yeah, it's been great so far.
So do you feel that over the years, over all the cities that you have performed in, do you see the crowd reception growing? Like it's becoming better?
I think that would be a yes. I think the only other city that we repeated this year was Delhi, right?
Yeah, and say Imphal was our first show in Imphal. But yeah, every city is, just kind of like each time we play there, there's like people are watching us for the first time and they really enjoy it. And, the people who come back for the next show again. So, it's like basically building a base of like audience, like, that likes the music. And so they come back and then new people come, So it's just the more you play there, the more people that get to see us. And it's been growing definitely. And this time around, we're actually hitting 2 new cities. Imphal was one, and Kerala is going to be Cochin is going to be the second new city. Which we've never played it before.
So you guys started in 2015, and by 2018 you guys have like reached that level of recognition. You performed in Wacken Open Air this year. So how was that like? How was your experience in Wacken Open Air?
Wacken was just brilliant. Apart from our performance, we got to see like a lot of really good bands. The bands that we like, and then our influences, and then the performance itself. Our performance was, the experience is just brilliant.
The crowd reaction was something we didn't expect. We knew we had a good show, but then again, there's so many big bands playing there, and you don't know where you could be lost in the crowd basically. But then, basically in between songs, the crowd just wanted more, and they kept screaming for more. And it was just it was an overwhelming experience, kind of. It was kind of like goosebumps at that point, all of us, I think.
So can you tell us more about the Telangana government? They funded your trip to Wacken, right? So can you...
Not exactly. They didn't fund us, but they helped us find funding, basically. So we kind of approached them because, this whole thing came up, and it was just a month before heading to Wacken. So we thought, might as well give it a shot, and, get in touch with KTR, who's a minister there. He's the chief minister's son and quite a prominent minister himself. And we tweeted him to him, and then he replied the same day saying, I'm sorry, the government can't help you, but I'll definitely try and get you guys some funding to help you with your expenses for the tour. So, and he came through.
So as Godless, you guys are relatively new, but you guys have been there in the metal scene for the past 10 years individually, right? So how do you propose to, enhance the metal scene in India as Godless?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that question again?
I was saying that as Godless, you guys are relatively new, but you have been in the metal scene for past 10 years individually, right? So as Godless, as a band, how do you guys propose to enhance the metal scene? What are your future plans? How do you propose to do that?
The way we look at it, it's just, we just do our thing. It's not really... the idea is to just keep getting better from the previous show, keep putting out better records, better merchandise. So for us, it's just being better than what we were, and for us, that's like a personal goal. And raising the bar for ourselves, and if anything else follows, it's great. But I mean, we don't really look at anything. Look at it like that, like enhancing the metal scene. Or, I mean, per se.
Anything that we can do to help the scene is along the way. But we want to set a standard for ourselves.
Yeah.
I mean, we want to set a standard for ourselves and, keep topping that. And, I mean, that as a part of, as being a part of the scene, that kind of like, bands learn from each other, basically. That's what we see bands and we learn from them. And if we can do the same to someone else, for someone else, that'd be amazing. So that's basically it.
So do we hope to see you in the global scene soon?
Definitely. We already have plans for a Euro tour next year. And yeah, we want to do, we want to do Europe a couple of times and maybe follow that up with Australia, New Zealand some other time. And yeah, that's maybe like a few years down the line. But right now we're just looking at heading to Europe. Yeah.
So thank you guys, and we really look forward for your set here at Metal Brunch. Thank you so much.
Alright, we're gonna play another new song for you motherfuckers. This one's from the new EP Swarm. We got some CDs and t-shirts for sale right over there with Dirge. This next track is called Death Gods.
Metal Brunch Volume 4. So we have Ragnhild with us today. So you guys are a Viking melodic death metal band. So how would you describe your genre?
So technically we are a melodic death metal band, to be precise. Those are the terms that normal musicians go by. And Viking because we didn't really think about it. Like, do we really want to do a Viking thing or an Indian thing? We didn't know about that. We just started jamming. We thought the Swedish music we just liked it. And as we started listening to more and more Swedish music, folk music, Celtic, Irish, all those kind of music, we started making riffs and we started jamming together, and that's how we landed on Viking metal band. And that's probably the first Viking metal band in India.
So you guys have had a few changes in the lineup over the years. So can you tell us more about the new lineup or whatever changes you've had?
So first we started off with this same lineup actually. This was our original lineup. But then we had our drummer, she had to leave for some reasons, and after which we found a new drummer, which was who was Devashish Goel. But unfortunately, he also had to move to Delhi. It was, I wouldn't say it was unfortunate. It was for career perspectives and all that. But yeah, he's doing really well. And now we have Harsh back to replace Dave on the drums. So yeah, that's all about the lineup. We didn't have much of changes.
So you guys said that you're looking forward to writing songs on the ancient Indian culture. So do you feel that will somehow engage more Indians into listening metal music and involve them more into the metal scene?
It's not like we are thinking about just writing about Viking culture or Indian culture. We are more thinking towards the warriors, the stories that are there, those fanciers. We write about those stories, and whatever things that influences us, we write about those and make riffs.
So you guys are working on your latest album, Time and Tales. So can you tell us more about the album, how it's gonna go about, and what are you going to do, how you're going to release it?
So, like I said, that initially we started off as a Viking metal band, a melodic Viking metal band. So we thought to keep the first album specific to those stories, to the Viking stories, also the roots should be, the Swedish or Celtic folk roots kind of thing. We didn't really focus on that part. I mean, we just started using those riffs, those melodies, and we came up with this album. We have 9 songs in it. The album is titled as Time and Tales, and this is our debut album, and we are soon to launch it in the next couple months or so. Yep.
So what are your plans for the international stage? Do we expect to see you soon on a global stage?
Yes, we have few plans right now. We are under talking with PR agencies. One announcement might come in soon, like next couple of weeks maybe, that we are going to signing a big PR agency in India. And we have few tours planned in maybe in the next couple of months, as well as we are planning to go international.
So thank you guys. We're thrilled to have you at Metal Brunch. Thank you.
This one's called Stronghold.
What's up, you guys? Welcome to Metal Brunch Volume 4. We are here with Darkhelm. Can you tell us more about the emergence of Darkhelm? How did you guys come together and decide to form a band?
You'll answer that question.
Yeah. So how many years back was it? 10 years. Now it's been 10 years. We just got together to play a college show, and there were no plans to do it full time or whatever. But it just so happened that went well, and then we kept jamming together, and the entire lineup has changed after that. But I'm the only person from the initial lineup. But it just kept on going, driving itself, and here we are then.
So you guys are set to release your album, Hymnus Day Antitheist. So can you tell us more about the album and what it is about?
Right now, the album, it's like we've finished it. We've recently completed the tracking, mixing, mastering, and very soon we'll be coming out with a single in say a couple of weeks for this thing. And 25th December it releases. Yep. And for that now we've got plans playing in a lot more cities in India, and also other plans but the focus is to play a lot more gigs in the coming, I would say 2019 is going to be full of Darkhelm gigs. Yeah.
So you guys were kind of, I won't say sabbatical, but we were not for the past 1 or 2 years you were not performing a lot. So you guys were working on your album at that point and the lineup and everything?
Not the lineup exactly, but moreover on the album. The thing is, lineup we've not had a lot of changes on that side, but For the album, it's taken us quite some time because we put in a lot of work into this, like, a lot of effort. The thing is, like, it's like, how do you say, like, we were not satisfied with the content we had for a long time. So until we were satisfied with it, we kept going. And finally, I would say, like, this year, at some point, we reached that point where we were like, okay, we have the album. So, yeah.
Moreover, it took a lot of time for me to learn the songs. That's why it was on hold.
And massive gear fuck ups, so we kind of updated our artillery for the next whatever amount of time is there to come. No laptop now anymore.
So what do you think about the metal scene here in India? Like, it's pretty underground, right? But it's growing. But yes,
Growing. Like a lot of bands from India are like playing shows abroad and all. They are going on a tour with a lot of other international acts, which is good. They're representing India all across the world. And even though it's like the crowd is still niche, but then it's growing. That's the best part of the metal scene. And more or less we do it for ourselves, so like it doesn't matter on the whole. But it's good to have people coming and getting paid for the gigs. That's very
Going forever now, it hasn't
grown. Yeah, it's growing on us though personally. Like yeah, like.
so do we hope to see an international debut soon?
Actually played international.
Okay, so next time.
Yeah, that's the plan in 2019 that that we play like we go abroad, like it's.
Let's see if everything falls in place.
Yeah, if everything falls in place, then for sure 2019, as I said.
Thank you guys.
Be one of the most brutal gigs we've played because this fucking feels like a graveyard right now, and I've never played at a graveyard before. Shits! Don't you have legs to move around, you motherfuckers? Why don't you do that? Are you drunk? Can you buy more alcohol? No. Can you mosh? No. This one's called La Casa.
Welcome back to Metal Brunch Volume 4. So we are going to continue with our interview with Undying INC or Undying INC from New Delhi. So you guys are one of the most prominent bands, metal bands from India, and you have been there since 2004, if I'm not wrong. So it's been more than like 10, 14 years, more than 10 years? 14 years, yeah. Yeah, so it's like more than 10 years, 14 years to be precise. So how have you guys, like as a band, have evolved over these years? Like how has your music style and genre and everything, how have you guys evolved?
I guess we've been like working on our music for a long time now, and it's also like musically we've been practicing a lot, and we've been improving on our instruments as well. So music has evolved because we've been practicing and we've been getting members like Nishant and all these guys. So yeah, music has gotten heavier, and some would say a little bit more technical than our previous efforts from 2006, and the newer stuff that we are writing is going to be a bit different from what we have done earlier. So more aggressive, more towards the darker side of music. So we're trying out newer things, so let's see how it goes.
You said your music has evolved more technically on the technical aspect. Can you elaborate on that?
By technically, I mean playing wise, we have improved. As musicians, like 10 years back, what I could play on the guitar and what I can play now is much more different. So composition wise, creatively also, what we can write now and what we used to write before has obviously changed. So this is what I mean by the technical bit, yeah.
So you guys have also had recent change in lineups, and you have your new bassist Ezra. So how did that happen?
You want to say that? How did that happen? He was an old friend, as in like, you know, and like he's been in touch with the band for longest time, I think now. So we just asked him that he wanted to play the bass, and he said yes. So it just turned out to be like that.
Ezra, you are a classically trained guitarist, right? So how are you mending with the band? Like how do you find playing with Undying INC?
So classical education is just to understand the music. I'm always a metalhead. I've been a metalhead. So that was just to improve more understanding, and classical is the mother of all kind of music. That's it.
So over these past 14 years, you're one of the oldest metal bands in India, right? So over the past 14 years, how have you seen the metal scene evolve here in India?
Metal artists in general seem to be evolving, and the industry as it is not. So it's going backwards primarily because of a lot of factors which we start talking about is going to become like morning, I think. So in short, yeah, it's not... Look, bands are still working and struggling on making things happen in India, but the fact stays it's Bollywood driven and more pop driven, and it's always going to be that. And at the same time, our consumption of, you know, entertainment is not coming via, say, you know, anything that we follow. It's primarily what Google and Facebook chooses you should follow. So it's getting very like mixed up in a lot of things, and it's very tough to reach out also to people who actually are into this music. So yeah, the struggle has gotten way more tougher. But bands like us, there's so many other bands with like us in the country as well. They're doing their own bit. We just keep doing it because we don't know anything else.
Is this precisely the reason why you have gone forward with Undying INC to...
Again, Undying INC, long story short, it was basically to revive the dying rock and metal culture in Delhi, which primarily because of these single act venues, and it was like pretty much on a down low till 2017, I think, end, and like that time we knew if this time we're not going to do anything, it's over, and it pretty much was. We're glad we stepped in, and it's working fine, and let's hope it grows, man. I mean, like, we're still working. That's how it is.
Yeah, even we hope the same. So you guys released your last album, Alpha Absolute, last year. Single, yeah. Apologies. So, what are you guys up to? Like, what are your upcoming releases? What are we expecting from you?
Working on an album right now. Yeah, Nishant is in Assam. He's doing his bits. I'm doing my bits, and Ezra, I'm sending stuff to Ezra. Shashank is in Delhi with me. So we are working on an album. Yeah, so we plan to enter the studio, let's say around Feb, March, April, somewhere around that time, and then we can release. And we'll have more updates as we move ahead. Right now, we'll just say that we're working on the album. We are writing some killer tracks. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, we're very excited about it. Yeah.
So, is it difficult that you guys are all located in different places? It's
You want me to elaborate on that?
Yes.
So, that's history now, and I want that in the video.
That's too far. Let's stay national for now.
Thing is, it's a long distance relationship right now that we are maintaining with each other at the moment. It's not easy. We do fight quite a bit, but yeah. But the makeup part is what's beautiful, you know. So yeah, I'm going back and forth. Guwahati, Nepal. He lives in Bombay. They live in Delhi, doing their own thing. But we are always connected, thinking about the bigger picture. No matter what, we know that we haven't released an album in the longest time. So we are really working on that, and we are putting that on our first priority right now. And we are trying to be really strict with the writing process. It's not easy on any one of us. We are being strict again with each other. But if we don't do it now, it's never going to happen. So that's why we are focusing on this.
We have seen you perform in a lot of global stages. So, are we expecting a global performance soon from you guys?
Album first. We'll see.
After the album.
We'll see.
Okay. A lot of things will change for the band after the album, and today is going to be just a night. Today you see Undying what we do. It's like, you know, like we're changing, but it's only as time goes. It's not like a special show for anything for us. It's like we treat every show the same. There's literally no difference for us. It can be like for 10 people inside a tiny pub. It can be in front of 10,000 people in front of an arena. It literally doesn't matter to us.
On behalf of Blood Eagle Events, I welcome you guys to Pune, and we are thrilled to have you in Metal Brunch Volume 4. So that's about it. Thank you guys.
Both there's a wall of death syndrome. People on the left, move to your fucking left. People on the right, move to your fucking right. We do not have time. Do not waste fucking time. People on the left, move to your fucking left. People on the right, move to your fucking right. You wanted a wall of death. Let's see how many of you have the balls for it. Pune, are you ready? ये 2-3 बंदे दिख रहे बीच में, मैं सबकी गांड पड़ गई. Let's check how many balls you got here. People on the left, come to the left. People on the right, go to your fucking right. I love you too. We are Undying INC. You know who we are. If you know who we are, you know what this song is. Wait for me. This one is called Ironclad. Wait. Yeah.
Shadows get disputation. Look left, there's a world that to arise. Free to the top, let the night knowing what you Hands up in the air, all together! All together! All together!
this is your last chance. If you have any bit of crazy left in you, if you have any bit of anger left in you, if you got any limit of balls left in you, come right here for the last song of the night. We want to break this beautiful venue. This song's called Manimal. You guys are fucking beautiful, man. Thank you all for coming out tonight.